Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Easy Talks, the podcast where we learn real English through real conversations. I'm your host Aisha, and today I have my wonderful co-host Sam with me. Sam, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Aisha. I'm very excited about today's topic because honestly, this topic changed my life when I was learning English. So I think our listeners are going to love this one.
Oh yes. So today we are talking about something that every English learner struggles with at some point: how to speak English faster without panic. We are going to talk about why we panic, what happens in our brain, and most importantly, what we can do about it. 8 practical tips that you can start using today. So stay with us.
And this is not just for beginners. Even intermediate learners, people who have studied English for years, still panic sometimes. So this episode is useful for everyone. Let's go.
Okay, Sam, let's start with the big question. Why do people panic when they speak English? Like, what actually happens?
Great question. So picture this. You're in a meeting, or at a shop, or talking to a stranger. Someone speaks English to you, and suddenly your brain just stops. Everything you learned disappears. Your mouth opens but nothing comes out. Does that sound familiar?
Yes, we call that, your mind goes blank. And it's a very real thing. It happened to me too when I was in school. My teacher asked me a question in English and I just stood there staring at her like a statue.
Yes, exactly. So why does this happen? There are 3 main reasons. First, fear of making mistakes. We think everyone is judging us. Second, translating in our head. We think in our language, translate to English, then speak. That's 3 steps, it takes too long. And third, comparing ourselves to native speakers. We see someone speak so fast and fluently, and we feel like we are so far behind.
Those 3 reasons are so real. And you know what? Here's something important our listeners should know. Even native speakers make mistakes. Even people who speak English every day say the wrong word, forget a name, or stutter sometimes. So you are not alone.
Okay, so let's get into the tips. Aisha, what is tip number 1?
Tip number 1 is, and this might surprise you, slow down. I know, we said, speak faster. But here's the secret: when you panic, you actually speak too fast. Your words get mixed up. You mumble, people can't understand you. So the real trick is, speak at a comfortable speed. Clear and steady. That sounds more confident than fast and confused.
Yes, think of a good teacher. They don't speak fast, they speak clearly and with confidence. That's what people actually respect. Speed is not the goal, clarity is the goal.
And tip number 2, use filler words. Now a lot of people think filler words are bad English. But actually, every native speaker uses them. Words like, well, you know. I mean, let me think, that's a good question. These small phrases give you 2 or 3 extra seconds to find your next word. And the conversation keeps going. No awkward silence.
I love that tip. I still use filler words every day. Just yesterday someone asked me a difficult question in a meeting and I said, "That's a great point, let me think for a second." And in that 1 second, I organized my thoughts and gave a good answer. It works. Okay, tip number 3, use short, simple sentences. A lot of learners try to make long, complicated sentences because they want to sound intelligent. But that actually makes it harder. Your brain is trying to hold too much information at once and then, crash. You forget what you were saying.
So true. Let me give an example. Instead of saying, I was thinking that maybe if the weather is good tomorrow we could possibly go to the park and have lunch there if everyone agrees. Just say, tomorrow the weather looks nice. Do you want to go to the park? We can have lunch there. Same meaning, much easier.
Simple is powerful. The best speakers in the world, business leaders, teachers, presidents, they all use simple, clear language. Simple is not stupid. Simple is smart.
Now tip number 4, and this one is a game changer. Start thinking in English. Most learners think in their language first, then translate. That takes extra time and causes panic. The solution? Train your brain to think directly in English.
And you don't have to think big thoughts. Just simple ones. When you wake up, think, it's morning. I'm tired. I want coffee. When you see a dog on the street. That dog is so cute. I want to pet it. Small English thoughts. Every day. This rewires your brain slowly.
It sounds funny, but it really works. When I started doing this, just narrating my day in English inside my head, after a few months I noticed I was responding to people much faster. Because the translation step was gone.
Okay, we have 3 more great tips. Tip 5. Listen to English every single day. Podcasts, YouTube, movies, songs, anything. When you listen a lot, your brain learns the natural rhythm and flow of English. And when you start speaking, that rhythm comes out naturally.
And you don't even have to understand everything. Just listening to the sounds, the melody, the speed, it all goes into your brain. It's like music. You hear a song 100 times, and suddenly one day you can sing it without even trying.
Tip 6. This is one of my favorites. Try shadowing. Shadowing means you listen to someone speaking English, and you repeat exactly what they say, at the same speed, with the same emotion and stress. Like you are their shadow. It feels a little strange at first, but it's one of the fastest ways to improve your speed and accent.
You can shadow this podcast. After we finish, go back and repeat each sentence after us. Try to match our speed and our tone. Even 10 minutes of shadowing per day makes a huge difference.
And tip 7. Talk to yourself. I know it sounds funny, but this is seriously the best free practice you can do. When you cook dinner, describe what you are doing. I am cutting the onion. It smells strong. I am adding oil to the pan. When you drive, comment on the traffic. The road is busy today. That car is going too fast. No one is listening. No pressure. Just English.
Haha, I do this all the time. My family thinks I am a little crazy, but my English got so much better. The more you talk, even alone, the more comfortable your mouth gets with the language. It's like exercise for your speaking muscles.
And now for tip number 8, maybe the most important one. Change your mindset about mistakes. Most learners think mistakes are failures. They think, if I make a mistake, people will laugh at me. They will think I am stupid. But that is completely wrong.
Mistakes are how we learn. Every single person who speaks English fluently today made thousands of mistakes to get there. There is no fluency without mistakes. Think of a baby learning to walk. They fall down 100 times. But they don't cry and give up. They get up and try again. That's exactly how language works.
And here's a beautiful truth. Most people are actually impressed when they see someone trying to speak a second language. They are not laughing at you. They are rooting for you. So speak up. Be brave, even with mistakes.
Okay, friends. Let's quickly review all 8 tips from today. Sam, can you take us through them?
Of course. Tip 1. Slow down and speak clearly. Tip 2. Use filler words to buy time. Tip 3. Use short, simple sentences. Tip 4. Think in English every day. Tip 5. Listen to English as much as possible. Tip 6. Shadow speakers you like. Tip 7. Talk to yourself in English. And tip 8. Embrace your mistakes. They are your teachers.
I love it. 8 tips. Start with just one today. Maybe talk to yourself for 5 minutes on the way home. Or try shadowing this podcast. Small steps every day lead to big results. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to keep going.
And remember this. Every expert was once a beginner. Every fluent English speaker made the same mistakes you are making right now. The only difference is, they didn't stop. So don't you stop either. You've got this.
Beautifully said, Sam. Okay, friends. That's a wrap on today's episode of Easy Talks. If this episode helped you, please share it with a friend who is also learning English. Subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. And write in the comments, which tip are you going to try first? We read every single comment. See you in the next one. Bye bye.